Welcome back to Let's Replay NWN2 original campaign. This is Big Los, and we are in Ammon Jerro's haven. We're about halfway through. Still need to go talk to Koroboros and tell him that we found his little imp for him. So let's exit this way, and then we'll go up here. And we'll talk to him. My servant, have you found him? Yes, I freed him. He read the wrong phrase in a book he found and was imprisoned. Interesting. Will you show me these phrases? Yes, here. Fascinating. You would do well to hold on to that. You may find one of its phrases of use, shall we say. Which phrase? I'll let you figure it out yourself. The master would not be pleased with me if I instructed you in the use of such a valuable tool. Thanks for the advice. Now, the portal? Very well. You have no idea just how much you've helped me. As we agreed, I will help you open the portal to the laboratory. And we got 500 XP for that. Okay. However, we're not done. We still have another room to go into. There's a succubus, and looks like she is hostile. So let's cast something on her, huh? Actually, we have a bunch of them who are going to be hostile. Let's try to get some extra temporary HP out of you. Alright. We got 23 extra hit points. And she couldn't resist my spell, so she does have spell resistance. We overcame it though, and now we have 211 hit points. That's pretty good, actually. Alright, Ellie, yeah, get in there and start.
Who's for a fight? Come on!
Why aren't you attacking? Hurry up and get in here. Alright, well now that we have at least 3 of them in here, we can use some type of missile storm. Let's use a lesser one. Actually, one of them is about to die. Nice. Well, that one's about to die. Let's just hit it. Gotta love sneak attacks. I sure do. So we got some demon blood and looks like neutralized poison.
I cannot travel quickly carrying all this.
Yeah, I know it's heavy. I know it's heavy. So this one, I think I'm gonna just put into the magic bag here. These ones we could just cast at will. I don't think they cause the opposite effect once you turn them into scrolls. Two gems. We'll sell them. They're not the valuable kind. At least not the really valuable kind. So here is a succubus called Blooden. Well done. You have earned an audience with me. Watch out. She's a succubus. They bore easily. And the things that amuse them, well, we don't want to go there, trust me. Or at least I don't. Please speak, and do keep it interesting. You don't seem upset that I killed your servants. They are fodder. I surround myself with them for amusement. But oh, how I long for more masculine company. My, what a specimen you are. You may provide an interesting diversion. Don't even try to manipulate him, or you'll regret it, I promise you. Eleni's right, your charms are wasted on me. And we gained 3 points of influence with her. I don't think she really knows us well enough, or else she wouldn't have tried. Ah, such spirit, a rare quality, but often lacking, especially considering the inherent weakness of your species. Succubi seem pretty weak. I did just kill a number of you. Pfft. They were products of inferior bloodlines. This conversation is beginning to bore me. Say something interesting, or there's no telling what I'll do. Something interesting. Oh, ha ha, I see what you did. You made a joke at my expense. Very amusing. Don't mock me again. It's hard not to mock something as pathetic as you. Come, my servants.
The land is against
entertain
you!
me.
It was a mistake to challenge me.
Sure, I can do that.
You don't need to go into stealth mode just yet. Yeah. And we got another neutralized poison and a potion of lore, and you can use it.
Yes.
And 2 more gems out of it. Great. Oh yes, that was exciting. Nearly as enthralling as when Korobos sends his Hellhounds raiding. I have no idea why Korobos stopped attacking me. I would ask him myself, but I'm trapped in this circle, and his hounds killed my messengers on sight. So what? I could see you want me to do all the talk, or all the thinking. Why don't you go see Korobos and convince him to send another pack of his hounds against me? Okay, I'll do it. Of course you will. And in return, I will agree to help you get into the laboratory that you are so concerned with. Hurry back. By the time you return, I will have gathered my servants in preparation for the coming carnage. Demonic carnage. Okay. So now we have to go back to Korobos. Our business is done, mortal. What else do you think you can obtain from me? Blooden sent me to relay a request to you. What now? What feeble plot does she seek to set in motion? She misses the battles between your hellhounds and her succubi. Does she now? Her plot to weaken and humiliate me couldn't be more transparent. Actually, I think she just wants to see a good fight. What makes you think I would commit my forces to a raid on Blooden with the threat of Zaxis around the other corner? What threat is there? You can't be harmed anyway. It's a matter of pride, insulting one another by parading our minions through each other's territory. Small victories, but victories all the same. Still, I think I will give Blooden the battle she desires. My refusal could be interpreted as a sign of fear and weakness. Come forth, my pets. You have succubi flesh to feed on. Don't underestimate Blooden. She's treacherous. Alright, let's go lead them back into Blooden's room. Where are your minions at? Oh, excellent. You brought me some entertainment. So which side are you planning to fight on? I'll be helping the Hellhounds. Disappointing, but not unexpected. Let me summon my servants. We will have a grand battle. Well, how should I approach this? Probably with another lesser missile storm, huh?
The land is against you!
Wow, there goes one. We got 2 more. wonder if we can have them kill each other and then we can get all the treasure. Oh, this one got charmed. Yeah, definitely kill that one. Where?
Let's attack!
Where's Nishka?
Who's for a fight? Come on!
What are you doing? I hope you're not attacking Janik. The good thing about these is that they are vulnerable to critical hits and sneak attacks. Good. Yes, attack this hellhound. I guess that's it. Demon blood, cure critical wounds, a silver necklace.
I cannot travel. You have need of me?
We'll throw that in there. Let's throw these gems in there too. Since we don't have Cora to take them for us. More treasure bags. Gold necklace, 258 gold. A sapphire. A silver necklace.
I cannot travel quickly carrying all this.
Really? The jury overloaded you? Well, I guess a tenth of a pound would add up after a while, wouldn't it? Anything else we should get rid of? Oh yeah, we don't need this anymore. And the ancient book. I guess we'll just hold on to it, whatever. We have another thing over here. We got a gold ring out of it. Alright, I think that's it. Unless I'm missing something under a dinosaur. No. You made me so very happy. I'm so glad to hear that. I am not normally one to honor non-binding contracts, or any contracts really, but since you have so entertained me, I'm feeling generous. You have my help this time, and we got 1,000 XP. One last thing. You could bring me much pleasure by tormenting the Hezru in prison here. I will gladly provide you with her true name. Wait, you mean Zaxis? He's a she? Indeed. She used to be a Merilith, but she just wasn't cut out for it. Just look at her progeny, that pathetic Baylor, Baalbisan. Her true name is Bathsheba. Have fun with it, mortal. Oh, we will. We'll have a lot of fun with it. Alright, I guess we'll return the Warhounds back to Ouroboros. The Hellhounds, I mean. Oh, I'm wondering if we would get more XP for keeping them all alive. I don't know. I understand my hounds were victorious. Well done. Now, is there any other reason you have returned to me? No, farewell. Time to return to Zaxis. Zaxis' minions are beaten, and Zaxis will waste no more time on you. Tell me the name of your master. Zaxis doesn't do as you tell him. Little crunchy meatling. Zaxis will keep his knowledge to himself and watch you see that his silence. You're using the wrong pronoun. I invoke your true name, Bathsheba. No! How could you have learned Zaxis' true name? How can Zaxis serve you, master? I command you to stop referring to yourself in the third person. Finally, I gained a point of influence with Nishka. Zaxis does not understand. Who is this third person? Pathetic. Help open the portal to the laboratory. Now. Yes, Zaxis will do this. Master may watch if he likes to be certain Zaxis does it right. We get 1,000 XP for that. And there's one more thing that we can do with the true name. We could give it to Jezebel. That'll infuriate Baalbisan, now wouldn't it? Oh, there goes some of our buffs. You return. Do you have the name for me? The true name of Baalbisan's mother is Bathsheba. Interesting. That is rather short for a true name. We've got 1,000 XP for that. Our true name is supposed to be longer than that? True names are supposed to be very long for beings of great power. And I would have thought a Baylor's matron would be. Perhaps that is more Baalbisan's great secret, that his mother is a lesser fiend. You have supplied the information I requested, so I will fulfill my end of the agreement. I shall assist you in your quest to enter the laboratory. Goodbye, my sweetling. You've been such a pleasant diversion. Unfortunately, we can't get all of the infernal beings' help. Since we helped Jezebel, we won't be able to get Baalbisan's help. It dares return to me with my bidding unfulfilled? Begone before it angers me. Taunt. I'm staying right here and there's nothing you can do about it. Failure. It tries to anger me, to make me speak without thinking, but it fails. I will speak no more with it. Well, we can enter the portal from anywhere now, so let's do it.
Well, looks like we walked into another ambush.
Intruders, unbidden and unwelcome. Are you prepared to pay the price?
Spare me the threats. You're not getting away from me this time.
You? How you entered this place is a mystery, but it was a mistake. One which will soon be. Why, you have brought gifts. You carry the shards, and one is even lodged inside you. Interesting. Let me take them off your hands, and from your corpse.
I guess we have no choice now. Let's see how good you are saving against death.
Enemies are near.
Let's do slay living. That ought to help.
Who's for a fight? Come on!
Just run in there and attack.
Done.
You...
About time we got to killing.
Yes.
On your guard. Foes approach.
What happened? I thought I cast a spell. Man, I hate it when that happens. So what happened? What happened when we casted? Nothing? It said I didn't even cast it. What the hell? Oh, he's invisible now, huh? Okay. And I didn't bring Javi with me because she has True Seeing as a spell. Crap. That sucks. Well, let's get up in here and cast haste on everybody.
Kill these fools!
Can we cast it now? Can we cast anything now?
About time we got
No,
to kill
always
him.
invisible. Summon Lesser Horned Devil. This thing's about to die. Let's hit it with a Scorching Ray. So where did he go? Oh, he's still there. We just can't cast anything on him until he starts attacking. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, here's stuff that we can destroy.
Yes. The land is against
Let's
you!
bash these things. What happened to you? Oh, you're slowed? Well, that sucks.
Hells. Was that all right?
There's nothing special about the spikes, but we're going to destroy them.
By the shadows of Merdelaine. Nature will have its say!
Keep bashing these things, huh? What are you doing? Where is he? Can we cast it? Yes, now we can cast it. And what happened? Hey, fortitude save versus death. Failure. Now, any DM in his right mind would just accept the fact that he failed to save. But will the game do that? No, the game won't do that.
Let's attack!
Why don't you try to bash that thing?
I will do what I can.
How about if we cast Disintegrate on you?
Of course.
Oh, you had a level drain. That sucks. I didn't realize that he had the spell. What causes that? It's not enervation, is it? Nah, it's some other. It's like energy drain or something like that. We're gonna do Slay Living. Where are the other spikes? Got some over here. Let's bash them. Actually, we don't have to bash them. We can do Scorching Ray on them. Oh wait, no, we can't. We can't cast spells on these things. Never mind.
Of course.
All right, Eleni, we're gonna need you to bash the spikes.
Hells. Was that all right?
Oh, a fire opal.
Who's for a fight? Come on!
Hide in plain sight and then attack. Oh, you already did it. Never mind. Where's Eleni at? Are you bashing this thing or what? Okay, we got one left.
Yeah!
He's wounded. How can a wraith be wounded? I don't get it.
Yes.
Did you disintegrate him? No, you didn't. And you can't because he's invisible, huh? How about we cast something that doesn't need to target him? Nah, let's cast this thing. A smaller area.
I hear Chromis poem.
Did he save against that? Yeah, because he rolled a 19. Let's try it again. See if he rolls lower this time.
I hear Chromis poem.
Oh yeah, he's pretty dead.
You think you have won? You are fools! The Haven! It is the source of my power!
Looks like you're not so tough after all. King of Shadows, my tail.
I kind of expected more of a fight. It can't be this easy.
This feels wrong. Even within this place, this sorcerer does not feel like our adversary.
I won't do what you want. There's another way. There has to be.
Of course there is. But the only other way is letting its friends die here, now.
You're lying.
Shandra, even you know that truth can wound more than any lie.
You and your allies are stronger than I anticipated. But I will bear these indignities no longer. This entire sanctuary is my weapon. All who are trapped here fuel my power. I can harness the energies of this place, bind them to me. I can summon flame from the walls, turn the air in your lungs to fire. And you are nothing more than leaves caught in a storm. Did you really think you could face me here and survive?
It feels it. The lives of those others are about to be snuffed out. In moments, the decision of Shandra of Jerro will matter not, and Ammon Jerro will have this day.
It can't be him. It makes no sense. How did he survive? Where has he been, and why, after all this time?
Do such questions matter when death is so close at hand? The wizard they face is Blood of Jerro. It knows this. As for those you travel with, reach out to them. Feel them die.
You can't beat him. The only way to do it is to free the demons. They're granting all his power.
Hey, he totally failed a save against death, and he's still alive, so the game's cheating in my opinion. Just get out of here.
There's a way to stop him, but it's going to require some blood being spilt. Mine.
Listen, we're not beaten yet, so just keep yourself safe.
There's no way I'm letting you die. Not after all we've been through.
What do I need to do?
It already knows the Blood of Jerro allows free travel in this place, so it can travel easily to each one caged. But if it wishes to set us free, shedding of Jerro blood is all that is needed.
Oh my. And what is this delightful little present? Oh, my dear, you've cut yourself. Now why would you do such a thing?
Yes, you are almost done. This pain will soon end, and your sacrifice will save the souls of many.
This is the end for you. I will bury your bodies in the walls of this place and leave you to... What have you done? No!
Tell me he did not just run from us. Oh, he's really making me mad.
We need to track him down and kill him now. Never let a wounded mage escape.
We need to pursue him. If he gets away, he may gather his power again.
I command you, stay! I am your master, your lord!
Command me? You command nothing, Jerro. But know that it is I who have set your undoing in motion, and with a truth, no less. Whether you die or live, I will see you soon, I think.
Return to the circle! It binds you, and through it...
A woman has undone you, Jerro. As it should be. Don't fret. We shall see you again.
Zaxis is free!
Zaxis will tear you limb from limb, Jerro. Then stitch you back together into new shapes with your own sinew. And after that, Zaxis will cut you and wear your hollowed out skin on my talons like a glove.
Every circle broken, and without me knowing it being done. How?
Ah, Jerro. Just in time to see my departure. I did so want to see your face as I slipped from your grasp.
You. Who has done this? I must know.
By your own blood betrayed, Jerro. I would stay and savor your imminent death if I could, but I have already tasted your bloodline, and such a sweet, noble thing it is.
Betrayed. But I still have the power to stop it. There is still time. You, answer me. How was this done? You see plots within plots. I command you, answer me.
Of all the circles and wheels, plots and deceptions, you still have the audacity to blame me for what your blindness has wrought. I could not have orchestrated such a tragedy as has befallen you, little wizard. I admit a trace of envy winds its way around my heart. Perhaps we shall speak of it in a time not far from now, when you burn upon my fires. But for now, go to the last, and see the truth for what it is.
Me phasm.
What you have done is brave, but foolish, Shandra Jerro.
You, girl! You did this!
My friends, are they...
Your friends live, but you will not! You destroyed my summoning circles! You set the deadliest creatures in the lower realms free! You have weakened me, and in so doing, you have earned death.
I know, Grandfather. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Grandfather, what is this?
It is truth, Ammon, and by such truths is one damned.
I have no kin. All were killed in the war against the King of Shadows. It's not possible.
Blood finds a way, Ammon, always.
You lie!
You know only Jerro blood could have broken the circles in this haven, as her blood has now broken mine. There are laws, Jerro, and when one carries such laws too far, they will take you where I go now.
Is there anything interesting in here that we can grab? Anything at all? A chest? No, that's in another room. No scrolls or anything. Even in a wizard's lab, there's no scrolls or potions. Oops, someone is damaging a wraith. Oh yeah, that's right, it has wounding. That's stupid. It should have, like, no fortitude. I can't grab anything off this? I guess not. Okay. Portal time.
He killed Shandra! Let's gut him!
Shandra, her life. I can't even feel it. It's gone.
I say we kill him. Do to him what he did to her.
You killed your own blood, and now I will kill you.
Kill me now, and this place will collapse, and we will all die. In my blindness, I have done a great wrong. Perhaps it is not too late to rectify it. And where one was lost, I still might save you all.
I am weakened, but I may still have the power to save the Jerro line. To attempt it puts everything we have fought for at risk. No, I cannot turn for my path down. Though I be damned for it. I don't see why they didn't voice that. Maybe this was added. Maybe. Shandra deserves to live. I will not abandon her. Do whatever you can to save her. It is done. I've traded my soul for
Only a
yours.
fraction of power remains in my haven. But it will be enough to take us from this place.
Says, but she will recover. That must have been added in one of the mods that I downloaded. I didn't even realize that that was possible. Weird, huh? Interesting. So, will she be able to talk later, or what? Whoa.
So Ammon Jerro wasn't dead after all. Glad we made sure of that before running into his labyrinth of demons.
Yes, he is alive, and he is much more powerful than Tales ever indicated.
More powerful than some wizard, anyway.
More powerful than you, Aquara, and you would do well to believe me.
So what now? We imprison him? Throw him to the watch?
Tell me you're joking. He'll send the entire district to the abyss, and then he'll come after us.
Justice must be served. But I am not certain he would find justice within Neverwinter's walls.
We could throw him off the docks.
I say we get what we need from him, then take care of him. No one needs to know.
He murdered Shandra Jerro, and he must answer for it. But we will not answer murder with murder.
I'm sorry. I still don't understand what went wrong. Was there no way to stop Shandra from doing what she did? It just makes no sense.
There is no sense to be made of it, Grobnar. Now we must simply accept. It is our leader I am worried about.
The will of Ammon Jerro is broken, and this makes him dangerous. But no, it also makes him of use.
So Chandra's there, huh? I guess that negates some of the things that happen later, huh? Will it? He didn't kill Shandra, she's right here. If he agrees to serve me, then I will gladly make use of his power. Now, we need to go more lawful. He killed Shandra, and he must answer for that crime.
Know that Shandra killed herself in breaking the circles to save us. Ammon merely hastened that end. Among my people, what Shandra did is a thing of honor, and its consequences should be honored as well. Know that Ammon is the enemy of the Githyanki, and all he has done to fight the King of Shadows. It would be well for us to share words with him. If his knowing becomes ours, our strength increases. Speak to him and see where his allegiances lie.
Why did you bring her to my haven? Even though she was of my bloodline, you knew she did not have the strength to survive there.
She's right here, bro. Don't even trip. You brought her back. It was the only way to enter your haven.
Of course. And you came there to learn of the King of Shadows. Another casualty of a war that never seems to end. And the King of Shadows. He has won a victory against us this day without striking a blow.
You're not the King of Shadows, so what's your part in this?
I have fought the King of Shadows before. As soon as I became aware of the threat he represented to Neverwinter, to the realms, I fought him. I have made pacts. I have studied him, tried to learn his weaknesses and the extent of his power. And always it has been a war with few victories. Surely you know of the ritual of purification. You should know that I have performed part of the ritual myself already. Without it, we cannot strike at the King of Shadows, and the battle is lost before it begins.
Why do you want to stop the King of Shadows?
Why do I wish to stop the King of Shadows? Perhaps this is a question you should ask yourself, since your motivation in all of this has been unclear from the start.
Unclear? Now, let's say this. What do you mean?
Does he threaten you specifically? Do you feel that the Sword Coast cast beneath shadow would be an unwelcome thing? All life turned to death and ghosts? Or perhaps you would simply sleep better at night, knowing that a twisted remnant of the Ilfarn Empire was as dead and buried as they are.
Well, I guess we go more chaotic if we do that. Well, we don't need to go more evil. It is my duty to stop all that threatens Neverwinter.
I think you will find we are of the same opinion on the matter, though I suspect our methods differ. I wish to stop the King of Shadows because he is a threat to not only the people of Neverwinter, but to the Sword Coast and Ferron itself. That is all, and while simple, it is the truth. Despite whatever onus has been placed on my actions, desperate measures were required to stop him the first time, and will be again. More can be saved as a result, and that is all that matters now.
Fine, I agree.
That is the first piece of wisdom I have encountered from someone in Neverwinter's service for some time.
Why should we fight him at all?
The King of Shadows was once a defender of the Ilfarn Empire. While now evil and corrupt, it still holds true to its original purpose, to destroy all that threatens Ilfarn.
But the Ilfarn Empire fell long ago.
That is irrelevant. The threat to Ilfarn still exists. Their once ancient enemies, the Netheril, still live on in the City of Shade here in Ferron. And traces of Netherese magic can still be found running in the veins of many wizards and sorcerers within the realms. The City of Shade will be its first target. Then it will soon turn its attention to all who carry magic in their blood who live in Ferron, and wipe them out, one by one.
Well, that would include me then. The destruction of the City of Shade doesn't concern me.
Of course it doesn't. It is what it will do trying to reach there that should concern you. Its journey will turn leagues of teeming land into a lifeless road to its destination. Even worse, it will feed on everything around it to gain strength to destroy the city. The Sword Coast, the Mare, Neverwinter. All these places will be consumed. And should that fail to move you, the King of Shadows will do everything he can to murder us both. After all, together we are the only ones with a chance of stopping him.
I am familiar with the ritual to free him, but that doesn't seem to be enough.
The King of Shadows is no mortal creature. He is not human, more a force than anything else. But there is something that can harm him. Those shards you have, they are part of the Sword of Gith.
Kalakcha.
Once the King of Shadows was driven back by Githyanki warriors wielding hundreds, maybe thousands of those blades. But the Sword of Gith is more than a simple silver sword. It can wound the King of Shadows, like it did once long ago. A part of the blade got lodged in your chest in the battle in West Harbor when you were a child. And whether you like it or not, you are now that weapon. The more shards you gather, the stronger that weapon becomes. Together we can stop the King of Shadows, and we must.
Together?
I have completed part of the ritual of purification. If you kill me, the battle is lost as soon as my heart stops beating. Without me, you cannot win. Whatever punishments you think I deserve, I will suffer 1,000-fold, well beyond anything your small mind can imagine. But I will strike at the King of Shadows before I leave this plane, and you will have no stronger ally than I in this, both in knowledge and power.
Pledge yourself to my service and we will take action.
You have defeated me in my lair, and I am weakened. I have no choice. The tactics you used are the sacrifices this war requires. Regardless, we must gather our forces against the King of Shadows. Even now, his presence is extending from the Mare of Dead Men. The high road has become impassable. My scouts, now vanished, reported legions of shadows and undead stirring within the Mare, and a sphere of darkness expanding from the heart of the swamp, killing all life it touches. We cannot stop him alone. With my powers weakened, my demons are no longer bound to me. You will need an army to face him.
So what does Shandra say now?
Yeah? Something wrong?
Are you alright? You've been so quiet since your recovery. That's so funny. I have seen the hells with my own eyes, and my grandfather traded his soul for mine. I have more to think about than talk about. Oh, wow. Let's try to heal her up. Oh, her life won't go up anymore. Or maybe it just went up so little that it didn't show on the bar. Here's Sir Naval. Well, before we go over there, let's see how much influence we gained or lost with Ammon Jerro. Alright, so we gained 1 point here by saying we agree. Looks like we gained 1 point towards lawful here, so that puts us at 30. Hey, I think we only need 5 more points to switch from chaotic to neutral. Ah, 3 points towards lawful. You must answer for that crime. Yes, I knew I answered the right way. I have traded my soul for hers. She will recover. Only a fraction of my power remains in my haven, but I have to take it. Oh yeah. I'm wicked, but I may still have the power to save the Jerro line. To attempt it puts everything we have fought for at rest. No, I cannot turn from my path now, though I'd be damned for it. So that's interesting. One of the mods that I downloaded allows you to save Shandra. Well, okay. Well, we still have a little bit of time. Let's have some more words with Ammon Jerro.
Yes?
I had some questions for you.
No doubt.
Why was it such a surprise that Shandra was alive? No, that's an actual question. That's not one of the added questions. All right, let's just do this. What can you tell me about the King of Shadows?
That is a long tale. Some pieces of the tale I gave when we escaped. But there is more, yes. As you probably already know, the King of Shadows was once a creation, a guardian of Ilfan. By tapping into the power of the Weave, the source of all magic in Faerun, Ilfan sought to make an invincible protector to shield its borders.
And that was the King of Shadows.
Yes. Ilfan's enemies, the NWN2, in their quest for power, ended up disrupting the Weave. The Guardian relied on the Weave to sustain itself. Without it, it was forced to seek another source of power in order to continue to protect Ilfan. It found a darker source of magic, the Shadow Weave, and tapping into it, transformed the Guardian of Ilfan into something else, the King of Shadows.
And then it became corrupted.
Yes. Ilfan's enemies, the NWN2, in their quest for power, ended up disrupting the Weave.
That's the same thing.
The Guardian relied on the Weave to sustain itself. Without it, it was forced to seek another source of power in order to continue to protect Ilfan. It found a darker source of magic, the Shadow Weave, and tapping into it, transformed the Guardian of Ilfan into something else, the King of Shadows.
Who was the Guardian?
A man, perhaps. Who it was, I was never able to determine. But whoever it was, he was willing to give up himself to protect his empire. Give up his sense of self, his identity. It is no small sacrifice.
For any member of such a society, it would not have been a choice. It would have been his duty.
Perhaps. Perhaps he saw the rightness of his actions, and there was no way to see what harm would come from it. There is a certain sympathy I have for such a man, for someone willing to make that choice.
What do you mean?
He cast away his family, his ties to his people, and he ended up suffering for it while attempting to save them. Such a motivation is not hard to understand. Even more now, to see the King of Shadows reviled for what he has done, and knowing that at its core, he sought only to protect the people under his care. Now, its people are gone, and even knowing its failure, it still seeks to protect its empire and, most importantly, itself.
How will it do that?
If it frees itself, it will seek to destroy anything that threatens it. You first, then I. Then it will destroy all civilization on the Sword Coast where its former empire lay. And from then on, I do not know what it will do. But the coast shall become as the mare is now, lifeless. Its only people raised from the dead to become the shades of the new Ilfan Empire.
Alright, I want to see if I gained any lawful points from that. So when we went to... Oh, we're at 50 now? How did that happen? We were at 30 before. We were at 30, we gained 1 point towards lawful. And it says your alignment has changed, you are now neutral evil. So what, once you get to 31, it jumps up to 50 and you're neutral? Is that how it works? I wasn't even sure that's how that works. See, that's a mechanic only for this game. That's not actual D&D. Okay, so we are neutral evil again. Now we can answer more neutrally instead of lawfully. Alright, let's have some more conversation.
Yes?
Questions?
No doubt.
I'd like to know more about your past.
Yes, I imagine the history books have little to say on the matter, aside from my many misdeeds, which is how I wished it.
The Jerro family was once part of the highest nobility of Neverwinter. When growing up, I displayed a certain aptitude for magic, especially the magic tied to the lower planes.
With little training, I was able to do spells well beyond my years, and well beyond any training I received in the academies and elsewhere.
Even so, How did you gain the power you have now, or had?
Gain it. With the lower planes, the power is always there. It just needs a focus and the will to control it.
In my case, it did not take long to master that power. The greater discipline came in using it sparingly so that few could see.
Why did you do that?
When one displays such power, it does not grant you freedom. It becomes a cage and makes you a target. You will be constantly beset by the problems of others, who will see your power as an excuse to compensate for the lack of theirs. That is never a position I want to be in, nor a philosophy I wish to encourage in others. Nevertheless, I displayed enough talent to be accepted by the Neverwinter court, to be the jester mage.
Seems to step down from your aspirations and talent level.
To make my intentions plain, it was a position of convenience and opportunity, one of many. The position allowed me to obtain access to many of the secrets of the Neverwinter, as well as free access to the Academy libraries, their vaults, and the court records. Also, I thought that perhaps my position might give me a greater voice when attempting to convince others of threats that beset us, but that proved to be an ill-founded conclusion.
You said that position was one of many?
Oh yes, I had several teachers. Many are dead now through unfortunate circumstances, but not by my hand, I assure you. I sought teaching not only in Neverwinter and Waterdeep, but also across the plains from infernal allies, and even from the Arcane Brotherhood in Luskan.
The Arcane Brotherhood?
Yes. Provided one can stomach their politics, they have a vast library of knowledge to draw upon. And I also wish to study their workings from within, in case I needed to defeat them one day. Oddly enough, it was by walking these dark paths that I saw the greater threats we faced. Shadows were growing stronger around the Mayor of the Dead Men. This was due to the growing power of the King of Shadows.
What did you do?
I attempted to warn the court of Neverwinter of this, but they were too busy vying for power and holding blades to each other's throats to listen. So I sought allies elsewhere, amongst demons and devils, and even the Githyanki. And I used all the power I had, which was considerable. And by waging a war, by the nature of my allies, I became something others feared. I even gained the name of my enemy, as you proved when you first encountered me in my haven. To think you believed me to be our mutual enemy. The irony runs deep, indeed.
If you were fighting the King of Shadows, why were you fighting us?
Was I ever fighting you? All I recall is you tripping across my path and my servants. Perhaps if you had sought another means to make your intentions known, we could have coordinated our efforts and none of this need ever have happened.
Perhaps you're right.
Then we are agreed on the matter. Regardless, that is behind us now. We now know the truth. We must cooperate to succeed.
More questions.
No doubt.
Why did you choose now to reveal yourself? Actually, let's see if we gain any influence with them. No, wait a minute. No, I don't think we gained any. No, I don't see any yellow text anywhere. Well, I guess we can continue this conversation later, since it is getting up in an hour for this episode. And then we can see what Certain of All wants. Maybe it has something to do with Lord Nasher. Huh? Find out next time. This is Big Los signing off. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. And tenga un buen día.